Welcome to our new video. In this video, we will cover section 3.4 of the standard for project management, which is focus on value.
Hello.
What is important about this principle, Mr. Izgi?
As we see on the screen, continually evaluate and adjust project alignment to business objectives and intended business value. Value is the ultimate indicator of project success. Value can be realized throughout the project, at the end of the project, or after the project is complete. Value and the benefits that contribute to value can be defined in quantitative and/or qualitative terms. A focus on outcomes allows project teams to support the intended benefits that lead to value creation. Project teams evaluate progress and adapt to maximize the expected value.
Value, including outcomes from the perspective of the customer or end user, is the ultimate success indicator and driver of projects. Can you give more information about the value?
Value is the worth, importance, or usefulness of something. Value is subjective in the sense that the same concept can have different values for different people and organizations. Value focuses on the outcome of the deliverables. The value of a project may be expressed as a financial contribution to the sponsoring or receiving organization. Value may be a measure of public good achieved, for example, social benefit, or the customer's perceived benefit from the project result. When the project is a component of a program, the project's contribution to program outcomes can represent value.
Why are projects initiated and how is it related to value?
Projects may be initiated due to any identified need to deliver or modify a process, product, or service. In all cases, the project intent is to provide the desired outcome that addresses the need with a valued solution.
In projects, we generally use the business case term as the result of the feasibility study. How is the business case related to the value?
A business case can contain information about strategic alignment, assessment of risk exposure, economic feasibility study, return on investments, expected key performance measures, evaluations, and alternative approaches. The business case may state the intended value contribution of the project outcome in qualitative or quantitative terms or both.
What is the content of the business case documents?
It should at least include information about three elements. 1, business need. 2, project justification. And 3, business strategy.
Can you explain the first item, which is the business need?
Business provides the rationale for the project, explaining why the project is undertaken. It originates with the preliminary business requirements. It provides details about the business goals and objectives. The business need may be intended for the performing organization, a client organization, a partnership of organizations, or public welfare. A clear statement of the business need helps the project team understand the business drivers for the future state and allows the project team to identify opportunities or problems to increase the potential value from the project outcome.
Can you explain the second item, which is the project justification?
Project justification is connected to business need. It explains why the business need is worth the investment and why it should be addressed at this time. The project justification is accompanied by a cost-benefit analysis and assumptions.
Can you explain the third item, which is the business strategy?
Business strategy is the reason for the project, and all needs are related to the strategy to achieve the value. Together, the business need, project justification, and business strategy, in addition to benefits and possible agreements, provide the project team with information that allows them to make informed decisions to meet or exceed the intended business value.
All of these can change throughout the project lifecycle. So we need periodic assessment and updates if required, don't we?
We do. Desired outcomes should be clearly described, iteratively assessed, and updated throughout the project. During its life cycle, a project may undergo change, and the project team then adapts in response. The project team continuously evaluates project progress and direction against the desired outputs and business case to confirm that the project remains aligned to the need and will deliver its intended outcomes. Alternatively, the business case is updated to capture an opportunity or minimize the problem identified by the project team and other stakeholders. If the project or its stakeholders are no longer aligned with the business need, or if the project seems unlikely to provide the intended value, the organization may choose to terminate the effort.
Mr. Izgi, I want to mention an important concept which is called value engineering. This concept maximizes the value to the customer, to the performing organization, or other stakeholders. Can you give an example?
An example of this includes delivering the required functionality and level of quality with an acceptable risk exposure while using as few resources as possible and by avoiding waste. Sometimes, especially in adaptive projects that do not have a fixed upfront scope, the project team can optimize value by working with the customer to determine which features are worth investment and which may not be valuable enough to be added to the output.
Okay, let's talk about the value realization.
Sure. While value is realized over time, effective processes can enable early benefit realization. With efficient and effective implementation, project teams may demonstrate or achieve such outcomes as prioritized delivery, better customer service, or an improved work environment. By working with organizational leaders who are responsible for putting project deliverables into use, project leaders can make sure that the deliverables are positioned to realize the planned outcomes.
So, a shift of focus from deliverables to the intended outcomes is expected, isn't it?
Yes, to support value realization from projects, project teams shift focus from deliverables to the intended outcomes. Doing so allows project teams to deliver on the vision or purpose of the project rather than simply creating a specific deliverable. While the deliverable may support the intended project outcome, it may not fully achieve the vision or purpose of the project.
Can you give an example?
For example, customers may want a specific software solution because they think that solution resolves the business need for higher productivity. The software is the output of the project, but the software itself does not enable the productivity outcome that is intended. In this case, adding a new deliverable of training and coaching on the use of the software can enable a better productivity outcome. If the project's output fails to enable higher productivity, stakeholders may feel that the project has failed. Thus, project teams and other stakeholders understand both the deliverable and the intended outcome from the deliverable.
We see that the value contribution may be mixed with contributions from other activities. Can you explain this in more detail?
Sure. The value contribution of project work could be a short or long-term measure. Because value contribution may be mixed with contributions from operational activities, it may be difficult to isolate. When the project is a component of a program, evaluation of value at the program level may also be necessary to properly direct the project. A reliable evaluation of value should consider the whole context and the entire life cycle of the project's output.
Okay, we have reached the end of this video. Please subscribe to our channel and like our videos. You can support us from our Patreon page. Feel free to attend our Udemy course by clicking the link shown in the description section. Hope to see you in our next video. We will be glad if you write your comments below our videos. Also, feel free to ask any questions you might have. Contact us using our email addresses if you are interested in our courses. Goodbye.
Bye bye.